Why don't skunks pay taxes? Because they only have 1 cent. Hey guys, I didn't really know what to do for today's video, so I actually asked ChatGPT and they said do Bookkeeper reacts to memes or to TikToks or something. So I'm not doing that exact thing, but I came up with a few little like fun things, so I thought we'd just do like a let's hang out video. I am going to react to some like movie clips, I guess, on my computer, so that'll be part of it. And I have some emoji, bookkeeper emoji quiz with bookkeeping terms. We might do some jokes. And if you don't know me, my name's Morgan. I have a free checklist and a free chart and a couple classes. Everything is going to be linked in the description box. I can help you guys start your bookkeeping business and, answer questions along the way as well. Let's do some jokes. Why don't skunks pay taxes? Because they only have 1 cent. Why are tax preparers so good at tennis? Because they know how to deliver accurate returns. What is an accountant's favorite profanity? Sheet. Why do bookkeepers seem to live happy lives? Because they're able to achieve balance most of the time. Similarly, why is a bookkeeper good in a fight? Because they know how to reconcile. All right, and this is a Bart Simpson quote, actually.
If there's a bad bookkeeping joke, I haven't heard it.
Then he says, I gotta tell you, Adam and Eve must have been the first bookkeepers. They invented the loose leaf system. All right, last one. Why did the bookkeeper fall out of bed? They didn't have a balance sheet. It was like unbalanced, fell out. I don't know. Sorry if that was not so good. All right, so I thought it would be fun to do some emoji bookkeeper terms. So I'm going to show all these. I think I have 6 of them. I'm going to show them all to you now, and then I'll give you the answers a little bit later in the video. So if you want to grab a piece of paper or take a screenshot, you can guess what each of these are. And I'm not sure if it'll throw you off if I say anything, but this is number 1. Number 2, you can see this goal with money. Number 3, money bag with a faucet. Number 4, getting sick with a graph. Number 5, you have 2 arrows and a book. And number 6, you have money and a little croissant. So take a minute, think about each one of those things, and I'll get back to you later in the video with what these are. All right, here's the first one.
Bookkeeper's not a librarian, you moron.
Okay, this is true. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but I have heard people confuse bookkeeping, the word bookkeeping, because I was booking it with something to do with, books, actual books. So that is kind of funny. Okay, just to set this one up a little bit, it's from The Office, and the boss's wife comes in and wants to be a bookkeeper. Okay, so I'll talk about it after.
And I do have some experience with bookkeeping.
All right, so this is kind of like pointing to one of my videos I have about how in the olden days, or in some office cultures, people will just grab any person to be the bookkeeper. And there's a fine line, because in my opinion, most people can learn to bookkeep. It's not, that's why I encourage you guys, you can learn it. But it is funny that, in some situations, people are just like, oh, I can be a bookkeeper, no problem.
Yeah, I'm walking out with the bookkeeper.
This one, I don't know what movie this is. It just, the bookkeeper's face, look at it again. It just was cracking me up.
Yeah, I'm walking out with the bookkeeper.
He's like, huh. I don't know. In that one, I was like, okay, the bookkeeper has a lot of worth. He can be held hostage.
Does anyone have more fun than bookkeepers?
Oh, no one has more fun than bookkeepers, right? No, seriously, I'm like, that's kind of true, because bookkeepers can create their own schedules. That's part of the dream. That's what we're wanting in life is freedom, right? So no one has more fun than bookkeepers. I will say sometimes we don't have the most exciting job in the world.
Bookkeeper dropped off these spreadsheets.
Bookkeeper dropped off these spreadsheets. We all love Excel, don't we? Not everyone. Let me know in the comments if you love Excel.
Those were just bookkeeping slip-ups.
For this one, I mean, bookkeepers can get blamed. You can blame any of your problems, big or small, on bookkeeping. And so, I don't know. That's why I guess we don't want to have bookkeeper slip-ups.
Because I went to Yale to become a bookkeeper.
Ooh, that's kind of a burn. I mean, I understand that. I think that's kind of like a cultural, like a, thing in the culture that bookkeepers aren't like the highest ranking people in an organization, which is totally fine. I mean, go to Yale to start your own business. And, I think you can run a really successful bookkeeping business, and being an entrepreneur is very valuable. So, I mean, I know it's a joke, a little offensive, but it's okay.
I get it. You don't like my bookkeeping.
Okay, this one, look at, she has a pile of receipts she's going through.
I get it. You don't like my bookkeeping. I get it. You don't like my bookkeeping.
Okay, yeah, so she has a big pile of receipts she's going through that's really disorganized. And yeah, that is unfortunately often a reality of bookkeepers, that we have a big box of receipts. And you can choose to, how you want to deal with that, or if you want to be the bookkeeper that does that or not, but it is reality.
Ballooning bookkeeper.
Okay, I have no idea why this is on. I don't know what was going on in that episode of The Simpsons. This is very niche, but this reminds me of it because it's bookkeeper being like the answer to a question. And I actually think about this every time I spell the word bookkeeper, which is so often. When I was a kid, I read the book Encyclopedia Brown. Let me know in the comments if you know this book series. He's a kid detective. He solves mysteries. And one of the answers to the mystery was the word bookkeeper. And what he was trying to figure out is, what's a word that has 3 double letters? So bookkeeper has O-O-K-K-E-E, like all in a row. And that was the answer to like the riddle in this book. But for some reason, every time I type O-O-K-K-E-E, I think of that Encyclopedia Brown book.
Anyway, it comes as zero surprise that it is a bookkeeper's nightmare.
I don't know what's going on there either, but I forget the plot. I have watched this show, but I don't know. There's lots of things that are bookkeepers' nightmares. I'm sure whatever shenanigans they were doing would not be fun for their bookkeeper.
All the bookkeepers are being replaced by computers.
All the bookkeepers are being replaced by computers. That's funny. It's funny that this is like a really old movie, and I don't know, I guess they had computers. We haven't been replaced yet. I don't know. That's always been the fear. But I don't know. I think you can probably find other things to be afraid of too. My personal vibe is 1, change as the times change, and 2, be the best bookkeeper possible, and then people will want to hire you.
You hired your wife as a bookkeeper because guess what? She's actually a bookkeeper.
Yeah. So this made me laugh because I actually do my husband's books for his business. And so it's kind of like the opposite of that Office clip where the wife was just like, oh yeah, I have a little bookkeeping experience. This one is, the wife is a bookkeeper. And so that's why she's your bookkeeper. And I don't know what the background of this, I don't really watch Breaking Bad, but yeah, I thought that was funny because I actually am the wife who's a bookkeeper. Okay, here are the answers to my emoji puzzle questions. So the first one is balance sheet. You can see this little like weight thing is balance. Number 2 is net profit. The soccer net is net and then profit. Cash flow is the next one. The water represents flow. You could also do like a river or something. Number 4 is gross profit. Number 5, this one I liked. I don't know if it was hard or not. It's double entry bookkeeping. So, the enter is double, going in there twice to the bookkeeping. And then last one, I thought this one was funny. It's payroll. So that croissant is technically a roll. So payroll. So I thought that was fun. Leave me a comment if you have any more of these. I'll try to answer them in the comments.